call the action here on Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Broncos head out for their first drive, and at the controls in his first season in the Mile High City, a former Super Bowl champion in Joe Flacco. And in Baltimore, they drafted Lamar Jackson. Eventually, he would take over for Flacco week 10 a season ago. So Flacco out. Well, the Broncos said, we still think he has some time left in his career. They bring him in for some stability at quarterback, something that they really haven't had in Denver since the departure of Peyton Manning after their victory in Super Bowl 50. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Operating off play action. Flacco. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Flacco. Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. So here are the Raiders under head coach John Gruden in his second go-round. Leading them out, their 6-year quarterback. Hailing from Fresno State, that's Derek Carr.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Carr. Catch made, it's Moreau. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 36 yards on the play. The Raiders last year, they were 25th in the league in rushing, and a good reason why they used one of their 3 first-round picks on Jacobs for runs like we just saw. Jacobs was the first running back taken in this year's draft, 24th overall. That was actually the pick that was originally acquired from the Chicago Bears in that Khalil Mack trade. On second down and 4, Carr, and he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut. Picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now on 2nd and 13, Flacco, and that's complete to the tight end Hireman. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr, and he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Von Miller in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 16. Bryant has it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Flacco off play action. It's caught by Sanders. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Separating out of the gun, Flacco. This is the tight end fan. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Freeman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A 2nd down carry for Booker. And he'll go down at the 28.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Freeman. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And into the red zone now, and Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Flacco, it's caught by Bryant. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Dez Bryant, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
When you give up a long touchdown drive, you're looking for a silver lining. In this case, it's the fact that your offense had a chance to rest, and now they can come out and feel charged up and ready to go.
Defense. Extra point from McManus is good, and that gives them a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Carr. And he'll find Moreau here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with 2.
That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now it's Freeman. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Royce Freeman, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the final act came from Royce Freeman on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator's a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to weigh to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Carr completes it. 20. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic. You must be dreaming. Hey, check mic 47. Check mic 47. 29.
On 2nd and 12, Carr. That is caught at the 7. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Carr now to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. DeAndre Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 17-14. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting in the field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he? That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the inline, so it'll come out to the 25. Set to start another drive, Joe Flacco and the Broncos. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. He's got his big tight end, Fant. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. This time they stay on the ground, and he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play, that's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So after the penalty, we'll have one final untimed play here before halftime. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. In the first half, just like the end of the game, can't end with a defensive penalty. They'll have another play.
One more play, untimed. See what happens here.
So after the penalty, we'll have one final untimed play here before halftime. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it's been the play of Derek Carr that's led the way. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And with the day he's having, as we look at some of these highlights, maybe he wants to duplicate this pregame meal next week.
Whatever it is, guaranteed he will ask for the exact same thing each and every week as long as he continues to run like that. Sometimes it's that simple, partner.
Yeah. And you know how superstitious these guys can be.
There's no doubt, right? If you put your left sock on first and you have this kind of game, you'll keep doing it. In this case, let's investigate that pregame meal. We might need something.
Yeah, right. It's working. Terrific running there to start the drive as that's going to go for 15 and a quick first down as well. Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. One play has them up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 3rd down, it's Jacobs. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a give to Jacobs running right. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Once again, it's Jacobs. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a carry for Jacobs. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 24th pick in the spring by Oakland was Josh Jacobs. Only rushed for 640 yards last year at Alabama, but when you consider the offensive depth chart they had, it makes it understandable. So young, won't turn 22 until February, and they're really hoping that the veteran presence of 30-year-old Doug Martin can be a guiding light for Jacobs. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Check down. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. William Hayes. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play. Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Bronco defense comes up big. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Flacco. Well, Sanders has got it complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Flacco. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, pick your game up.
Flacco from the gun. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On the draw, it's Booker. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Offense.
They were going for it on 4th and inches, now 4th and 5.
Yeah, everything had built to a crescendo, hadn't it? 4th and inches. I mean, we were coming out of our chairs up here. Now on 4th and 5, you've got to think about whether you want to go for it or not.
And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone, and the football will come out to the 20-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down. Carr now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for the Raiders. 48 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open it up to even more big plays.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Carr to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, got him halfway there. You don't see the sneak all that often from the 2-yard line because you definitely don't want to see your quarterback get clobbered. But you wonder if we might see the same play again.
Only a yard on the sneak, not what he was hoping for, and it's 3rd down. A lot of tired bodies on that field. And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! Derek Carr taking it in. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Partner, that was simply an example of getting low, wasn't it?
It was indeed. And for the quarterback, so they get low the line. They did their job. Is the quarterback's job just to find a crease and dive?
Find a crease and just get in there. And ordinarily, you start low yourself, get low behind that offensive line. But sometimes they do such a great job, you can almost fall forward and find the crease for a touchdown.
They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw again on second down. Flacco, and he's got Booker. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a second down.
Ready?
Flacco will take to the air again. And that's complete to Sanders. 12 yards there and a first down. The 6th season in Denver now for Emmanuel Sanders after those 4 years in Pittsburgh. And you may recall, Sanders tore his Achilles December 5th last year in practice. But before the injury, he was on his way to another 1,000-yard season. Would have been his 4th in his first 5 years in a Bronco uniform. And now at 32 years of age as he tries to return to full speed. Flacco will come to the line, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Flacco's throw there complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. A red zone first down for Flacco. Got an open man. It's Fumagalli. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on second down. Flacco. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run it with Jacobs. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Carr going to throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
694. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Now Carr. It's caught. Nelson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Carr now 14 out of 70, 82%. And it's 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down.
They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for Oakland, it will wind up a .500 season as the win means they'll finish right at 8-8. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Denver, they wanted desperately to finish at .500, but that won't happen as it'll be a 7-9 season in the end. And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.